Hello and welcome to the mill. I am your host, Dusty Crane, and this week, man, it's a lot of fun to sit down and talk Stonemaier stuff with you when it's been a big week and there's a lot of exciting stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it. We got a October 2021 Stonemaier newsletter, and it was just packed full of stuff, right? We found out between the last video and this one, Rolling Realms has gone on pre-order and has actually started showing up at people's houses. So any minute now, if you pre-ordered Rolling Realms, it should start arriving. So that is awesome. We also, I'm going to look to my notes because I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about here. But one of the cool things about Rolling Realms that I don't think was communicated early on, and I actually don't even really remember if it's been mentioned prior to with any kind of certainty prior to the Stonemaier live stream this past Wednesday, when I'm all excited. My brain is just firing 100 million directions at once. My brain fires in directions. Anyway, so expansions for Rolling Realms. It's really cool how these are going to work. There are, in fact, going to be expansions for Rolling Realms, and for Stonemaier games going forward, there's actually going to be booster packs that you can buy. Where you'll buy them is still, it's still being worked out. But in any case, new Stonemaier game, for example, maybe Codename Sale, they're going to do Rolling Realms promo packs so that you can add that Stonemaier game to Rolling Realms, since that's all part of, this is all, kind of playing off all the different titles in the Stonemaier library. So that is really cool. Now, one thing I was not expecting in the least bit was this is going to include Rolling Realms. So Jamie on the Wednesday live stream actually showed a pack of these boosters, and Rolling Realms right on the front says this is a Rolling Realms promo pack. And so, I mean, right now, again, what does that look like? Because Rolling Realms was a play on all the different Stonemaier games, right? And now we're going to have a promo pack for the game that is about all different Stonemaier things, right? So very meta, very awesome. I can't wait to see it. I have no idea. In my brain, it first goes, man, okay, so Rolling Realms is a roll and write, and we have a codename Draw that showed up unexpectedly. I guess every time we add anything, it's unexpectedly, but could codename Draw be this booster pack for Rolling Realms? It's not, at least based on the fact that in the Wednesday live stream, Jamie said that the booster packs, it's probably going to be a few months, or maybe he said a month or two. Anyway, months out, that we will be getting expansions for Rolling Realms. So, Codename Draw, according to this latest October newsletter, is actually a Q4 2022 release. So, we're not, these are two different things. But that's also something we'll get to here, the progress chart. So, Rolling Realms getting its own booster pack, and I went ahead and I'll pop a picture up here. What I really like here is, Jamie is into Magic the Gathering, so it's really cool that Stonemaier now finally has a rip open booster pack just like those cards. In fact, in the Stonemaier Wednesday live stream, he actually shows there's a little notch to open it. I'll go ahead and put a link to kind of like the minute it started around 1654. He actually starts talking about his plan for these booster packs, and it's something that I'm really excited to see. I kind of wanted to ping him after it and be like, hey, Jamie, obviously you got the pack there. Why don't you send it my way? I didn't, but I was tempted. So there is that. So let's go ahead and talk about that work in progress chart that I mentioned. Tapestry Expansion 2 has finished print and assemble and has moved into freight shipping. That means we're getting close to Tapestry Expansion 2, and right now I'm tentatively planning for kind of speculation or talking about what you think might be in the Tapestry 2 expansion, as well as I kind of pinged the Facebook group. I think I'll ping BGG and just see what do you think's missing, or maybe even if it's not missing, what do you think can be expanded upon would be really cool to add. So yeah, that has moved in progress. However, and this should be exciting for a lot of you that watch, The big mover this month was actually Wingspansion 3. Wingspansion 3, wow, I'm definitely going to have to look at this one. So last month it showed the newsletter, or the newsletter showed that it was in design and art were in progress. So both of those bubbles were yellow. This month, design has been finalized. Art continues, but development, blind testing, and solo design are in the works. And in fact, if you're paying attention to kind of like the ordering of the newsletter in that work in progress chart, Wingspansion jumped ahead of Codename Draw, whereas last month it was the other way around. We talked last week about how Elizabeth was actually doing some blind play testing. We think it wasn't confirmed, but those were Wingspan cards, right? So that is playtesting and a lot of progress since last month. So that is super exciting. Another thing that was mentioned in that newsletter was the Stonemaier charity auction. It's that time of year again, and as of right now, that concluded yesterday. But I'm going to go ahead and give you some numbers here. The auction closed. The total of all winning bids was $8,901. And with Stonemaier matching each of those bids and Fulfill Right matched to the highest bid, the total donation was $17,908. And that is awesome to send along to various charities of choice. Now, here's the thing that I want to encourage you to do. Even though the auction is done, Jamie does this to draw attention, not just for charity, but to draw attention to creators that he really enjoys. So I would recommend, I'll put the link to the charity auction in the description, and just go through and maybe check out each one of those creators and see if that's somebody who interests you, the content they create. There's blogs, there's videos, there's all kinds of stuff. So there's good stuff for however you like to consume that board game media. Let's see here. So even if you couldn't see spending $650 on actually a couple of games, and I'm going to get into what was in that Stonemaier prize pack here in just a second, but even if you can't see yourself, making that big donation to win these autographed copies of games, you could still make a difference in charity by clicking thumbs up in BGG on the actual charities that you enjoy, the ones that you liked. And so the winner of that, or the winner, everyone's a winner, right? It's a charity. But the group that had the most thumbs up was Covray. Wow, why did I just say that wrong? Covray. And they actually earned $106 extra to the charity of their choice, which I believe was Broken Arrow. The grand total. Now, this is cool. If I did the math right, I actually kind of did. I wasn't sure if the totals included the 106 for Covray or not. So the grand total since 2013, when the Stonemaier auction began, is $90,681. Or if the thumbs weren't added to that already, $90,787. So that is so cool over the course, since 2013, to send that much money to charity is just, it's a good feeling, I would imagine, for Jamie. It's a good feeling. I know each one of those creators, it's a really good feeling for them, because I know when I was selected and just seeing that donation go to a charity that means a lot to me, that felt really good. It really felt good. And I was very grateful to Stonemaier Games and Jamie for making that happen. At the time, it was kind of a one-man show. I mean, Alan, he had some contractors, but I mean, it was just, I had a lot of gratitude. It was really nice to be able to do that and see that big check sent out. So thank you for all of you that participate. I tried this year to win an auction, but it was not to be. I think my bid lasted a minute. But hey, I'm very glad that the charity of choice actually did better than what I could provide. So very cool. Now let's talk about what those charity, what was actually included in this prize pack. And I'm going to click over to another tab here. An autographed copy of Red Rising, and it was either 1 through 12. Now so all of these are actually the first 12 production copies, And how this works is whoever was able to get their charity the most money got number one, and then whoever raised the second most, number two, etc., on and on until, the 12 creators that were selected. That's how the whoever had the lowest donation of all of the great big donations got signed copy number 12. So here is what this was for. One autographed copy of Red Rising signed by Jamie and Alexander Schmidt, who is the co-designer and, is a Stonemaier employee. So great they had another designer in-house. Plus a set of the new painted metal tokens. Now, this is something I haven't seen yet either, so I'm going to try and get some more information on that, and we'll talk about that later. One copy of Rolling Realms, individually numbered 1 through 12, signed by Jamie. One Between Two Castles Secrets and Soirees expansion. Free shipping anywhere in the world. Jamie and Stonemaier Games are actually covering customs fees, if any. And the big inclusion in this auction was the new Tapestry expansion signed by Jamie. That Tapestry expansion, mind you, isn't even available yet. And these people are going to have it shipped to them. Jamie said, hopefully they keep it a secret. But there is the possibility that this title could leak, the contents could leak. It's entirely possible that, someone, a creator, could have won one of those auctions and can get, some early views to their channel. So we're entering like this period of Wild West time where anything can happen. We could find out, we could learn about the new Tapestry expansion from Jamie. We could learn about it from, somebody who won one of these auctions. They might decide to just tease things on their social medias if that's something that they care about. It's kind of daring. So, of Jamie to include that. And I'm really excited to see what comes of that. Obviously it's on freight shipping, so those would have been part of the air shipments. So, Jamie knows what's in it. I mean, the playtest, the proofreaders, whoever those were, they are, in on it. And I'm excited about the Tapestry expansion too. And that's what we're going to talk about next week too. I think, at least tentatively, if something happens, wild and crazy in Stonemaier news, we'll go ahead and cover that instead, or maybe in addition to, but I'm really curious what is in that expansion, and the fact that people are going to be getting it in hand just means that it's that much closer, right? Tapestry is very popular in my house. It is my son's favorite game, and even though he's away at college, he's going to be coming back here in a couple of weeks for my birthday, so I'm excited to get in Tapestry back to the table, and eventually learning what is in that expansion and how that is going to affect this game that we enjoy so much. So just a whole bunch of stuff that we covered this week, the everywhere from the charity auction to to this how much money was raised to the Rolling Realms showing up in houses, and the work in progress chart. Now, before I close, if you have any ideas or what you think you would like to see in the Tapestry expansion, please go ahead and toss it in the comments below. If you have any thoughts, I guess, on the way that Rolling Realms is being expanded, if you think it's really cool that it's actually being, continued to be supported and expanded, via these extra packs, let me know in the comments. And really just the comments, I tell you time and time again, at least it's always been my thought that the mill it's a fan channel. Yeah, sure, I'm talking to you right now, but I've had a guest host before. Fomov kicked butt on his Scythe strategy video. It's one of the best performers on this channel. He's just so knowledgeable. So grateful to him to do this. This is our channel. If you have a similar expertise, reach out to me and let's talk. Let's see if we can get you on camera and get you on the mill. I would love to have you. But again, it's a fan channel. So anything you want to see, please put it in the comments. And if it's something that you want me to do myself, then, certainly let me know and I'll see what I can do. But I did have a friend of the show, Charles, reach out to me last week, and he said, Dusty, your board game shelf gave me OCD. Your Wingspan expansions are all over the place. It drove me crazy. Now, Charles and I, we have chats, we play games, so like we're buddies. So it was not just like some weird out of the blue comment, I guess. So as you can see over my shoulder here, Wingspan all together, right side by side. I spent some time organizing my shelf before this video just for you, Charles. And, if there's something else out there that I can do for the rest of you that are viewing, not just Charles, feel free to let me know. So I am going to go ahead and cut and run now. This has been a little bit longer than I expected, but man, whenever there's a new title, whenever there's new news, it's always so exciting. And so, also just loving the Stonemaier charity auction and what that brings. It's just a very good time to be a Stonemaier fan. So that is all I have for you this week. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching.